Guys, it's your boy Zero coming at you with some more Rock Hill Warhawks. Now, this is the end of Season 2, bit of a calm down video, as, last episode, we won the New Mexico Bowl against New Mexico. It was kind of weird considering the fact that they got a bowl and their, home field advantage or whatever, but I don't really stress about it. A nice 34-31 victory with Ty Hardy, making a freaking desperate Texas route, catch her first down on a 4th and 9. But yeah, right now we are settling down, locking in, getting this off-season done for the time being. Now, the college football playoff bracket is shaping up like this. They did do a whole entire updated format with it, but oh god, if this could just load, that'd be nice. Apparently not, though. And it loads as soon as I exit out. Dope. Okay. That's fine. Nonetheless, I believe Ohio State is, in fact, the one seed coming in the stadium. So, we have the quarterfinals, because the first round was obviously played when I was playing the bowl game that I was in, but we have North Texas taking out University of Texas San Antonio, Michigan losing to Texas A&M, USC beating Auburn, Colorado falling to K-State, and then it's K-State against Syracuse, USC against number 1 Ohio State, Texas A&M against Oklahoma, and North Texas going up against Texas Tech. So, in all honesty, it's a big freaking year for Texas football teams, but that's what we have going on there. Your All-Americans, which there will be none, because I already checked through these nationally, but you CUSA All-Americans, first team you have Ty Hardy, and I believe that is it, and I actually have Matthew York as well, our punter. And then second team All-Americans is Bubba Van Claiborne and Chris Rogers, so good old Taj Cole's getting snubbed a bit there, and freshman, you have Tavion Grant, LJ Young Jr., Fabian Henderson, and I believe that is all. No, you have George Lincoln and Michael Roderick Jr. as well, despite the fact that I don't think MRJ played at all. But nonetheless, as I'm going to just advance until I can finally do some things other than just show what's been going on outside of your favorite football team. Very much so, thankfully, with all this coaching changing that has been going on, we are keeping our two guys right here, the same Luke Murray at DC and Dylan McCollum at OC, and I'm absolutely not going anywhere. I'm sticking put right here at Rock Hill until the end of time, basically. So, that certainly is nice. As you might have seen a glimpse there, North Texas taking out Texas Tech 24-17. Who else got those wins and are moving on to the semifinals? I would really like it. There you go. Oklahoma beating Texas A&M, Ohio State taking on USC, Kansas State taking out Syracuse. So all of these games within 2 scores, to be honest. So you have the 12 seed going near enough all the way, a 10 seed going near enough all the way, but we shall see if that will be the case, all things considered, as we're moving into the next week. And it's going to, in fact, be Oklahoma versus Ohio State for your national championship. Ohio State finally reaching that plateau once again that they just can't quite climb in these past couple of years. Oklahoma, who hasn't even been in the college football playoff in a while, I don't believe, but correct me on that if I'm wrong. Who will take it home, lads? My money, I believe, is on Oklahoma for the time being. Let's see if I'm right. Your college football playoff winner shall be... I don't know what I'm doing, unless I already saw it in the cutscene, but I know. Just for you guys, so you get, the whole entire scope of things, if you want to check that out again, is Ohio State, and it was another decently close game, but 40-27... I mean, Oklahoma and Ohio State, respectively, absolutely crushed their competition in the semifinal. But that is your college football playoff bracket from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. Dear goodness, that was nice. Let's get into the off-season recruiting and the end-of-season recap here. Okay, and we have a ton of players that we are saying goodbye to. Now, A lot of these guys I certainly don't care about all that much. I thought I had Strickland as a redshirt, so he should just be redshirt senior coming back, but I mean, that's kind of whatever, I guess. We can just say goodbye to him. That's sucks. Noah Collins had a lot of great plays with you at corner above Van Claiborne. That's my two users gone within 2 years at linebacker. Kalen Franklin, keeping good old Schlattman and Tyson protected. Sorry, not Tyson, Tyler Olsen protected. You're 6'7", 317. You'll sorely be missed. Taj Coles, this one hurts the most, I believe, because you were just a fantastic rusher coming out of the edge. And your tendency isn't even like speed or power rush. You're just a pass coverage guy that just so happened to be good enough at rushing. You had 19.5 sacks within 2 seasons for us, and if that doesn't deserve some recognition, I don't know what does. Other offensive linemen, Demarcus Perkins and Max McClure, you guys will certainly be missed as well. Protecting our QBs, Joshua Townsend. Didn't exactly see you too much out on the field, but I know that you made plays when you needed to. Oh, Scott McLaughlin, the safety valve of safety valves for us. That just hurts a lot. So it's going to have to be Fabian Henderson we're relying on a lot more in the future. Thankfully, he is, in fact, going to be pretty good. Nico Solomon. Dude, you've been making plays all over the field these last couple of years, and then you kind of get to the guys that like slowly no longer play with Stephon Harper, Jackson Gregory, the fullback. You locked down a lot of plays, gave us a number of key ones. Sucks to see you go. Tanner Millam, another very solid safety valve wideout for us this year. Kind of your breakout year, I'd say, if anything. Trail Pace didn't really play that much because you just weren't that good anymore, considering the fact that you had guys that just supplanted you in the lineup. Dang, but you made plays when you needed to, man. Hawkes Blanks, linebacker Dustin Flynn, Sean Weeks, big defensive tackle, breaking up plays in there. David DePool, you just never quite got going, did you, man? Your QB and we brought in Schlattman, who was basically like the same exact overall as you. You sat behind Olsen for probably too long. Then JBJ and Keontae Tyson, those are... It's basically just like our entire run game, I want to say. Yeah, we have 3 running backs that are leaving. Yeesh, but what can you really do about that? Well, I tell you what I will do. I'm going to bring in a fresh batch of recruits to hopefully replace them and make our team better in the upcoming seasons here. Okay, no real point in even looking at draft results because no one from Rock Hill is going to be drafted. But hopefully in the near future here, maybe 2 more seasons down the line, this upcoming one, and the next one, we could possibly get something. But let's just go to transfers and off-season recruits at the moment. Javier Merrick, we should have. Ethan Reeder, we should once again have Lamar Avelis. No one's gone for you, man. Doug Patty, do we just like throw everything at you? That's like a maybe in my mind. I'll check and see the transfer portal first and foremost of how it works with corners, but what do we even really got? We actually have a solid cornerback, Rylan Brandy. He's a transfer junior. I usually like to go for sophomores, if anything, I suppose, but you know, in my mind, it certainly isn't all that bad. Halfbacks. Yeah, so we got 3 guys leaving, but we don't really need that many. Boston D. John coming in, hopefully, like, continue where we left off in the tight end game. Tackles don't really need. Did get Aragon right there for the left guards. Centers got Bain for the right guards, right tackle. We got a man in. So what do we even need with corners? Because we do have 2 seniors that are going to be leaving in Pace and Collins, but also got to factor in that most of the guys that are going to be coming up and playing next year, Stovall's a freshman, Moon's a sophomore, Glenn's a freshman, Ellinger's a freshman, Hall's a freshman. We already got a man to commit. Petty's kind of on the edge there, but I mean, it's still a thing in my mind of like, well, maybe we don't necessarily need him to come in. Norden and Reeder, who are coming in for the right outside linebacker position. I'm going to actually have to pause right here for a second. I'll cut back when I figure out what I want to do with transfers. So, yeah, see you then. And we're back. Okay, so yeah, I mean the positions that I really need aren't exactly too high on my board. No, that's not what I mean. It's whatever. But the positions that I need, I don't necessarily need a whole lot of them. I guess it's just kind of a weird thing because we have like too many defensive tackles, but I still feel that bringing in Shamek Jones could be a solid idea, mostly because we don't necessarily have a number one D tackle. I'm hoping that he could possibly come in and be that guy, so that's why I'm going after him. Ja'Cory Brown, I'm just kind of bringing in because he's a transfer freshman, and I like transfer freshmen. He's also ranked very, very high nationally, so that is really bad, and I believe those are the only two transfer guys I'm gonna be bringing in. Yeah, that's correct. But so far we have 9 recruits. I put them all lovingly up top here. But yeah, so this is how we're going to be spending our points. I'll be the punter getting 40. I know the reader's only getting 15 here, but I'm very confident that we're going to get him over Tennessee in this instance. But only one way to tell at the moment, and that is by just going to the next week. And indeed, it is true. We get Ethan Reeder, we get Lorenzo Moss as well coming to Rock Hill. Yeah, that is also a reason that I decided to bring in Ja'Cory Brown as well, because I wasn't entirely sure if I was going to get Doug Petty. So, I mean, yeah, that does suck, but we are first on a lot of these guys' boards. Joe Adkins is the only one I'm kind of, quote-unquote, kind of afraid of, but I have a feeling that I can still get him to, see sense, as it were, I suppose. Yeah, Doug Petty, sorry about that. Certainly does suck. Can we get him? Yeah, he's gone. So we have just so many points that we could throw at absolutely anyone. But it is a thing of, like, I'm not entirely sure if I should stay the course here with what I'm doing. Because I'm most likely gonna get mad, and I already have halfbacks that I'm recruiting. We have too many wide receivers, and I already recruited one, which was probably just not exactly a great idea because that's just an absolute log jam. We have one guy graduating who's, I mean, technically already left at this point. Tight ends, I already have guys that I need. Don't need tackles necessarily, although I suppose I could go on and grab one, I guess. I don't really see a huge point in it. Left guard, we're fine on. Center is kind of one in the back of my mind of like, well, maybe, but even then, still no. Right guard, it's literally just going to be Houston's world and us living in it, I guess. Because he is going to have to be that guy come time. Right tackle is just like anyone's ball game. Kramer, Green, and Bundren are all the same overall. So it's where we can just jump up the highest, I guess. Maybe I should go after another left end, but I'm just kind of unsure at that point in time. We have so many underclassmen at right end that it's not even funny, and I shouldn't even go after one. I mean, it does say we need one freaking DT, and that is going to be Jones. Left outside linebacker is literally just going to be me supplanting Norton and Reeder over there at that position, because we have, once again, a decent-sized log jam right there. I actually could potentially... I do mean potential, because I'm not too sure about that. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Corners... Sure, I'll go after one more corner, and just for the heck of it, I suppose, I'll go after, like, one actual left outside linebacker. So give me a second here, I'll find them in the transfer portal and see what I can do with them. Okay, and we're back. So the two guys I'm going to try my absolute hardest, but then kind of quotations though to bring in because I'm not entirely too sure about David Easton, but he is another transfer freshman. He's a left outside linebacker, pass coverage guy, potential Tyler Cole's replacement. Who kind of knows? I mean, Cole's also pass coverage, but I believe that's New Mexico State. That's very high on his board as well. He's from California, so if he does just have... I mean, our playing style is already nice enough for him, but if he does have just proximity to home as one of his, quote-unquote, not deal breakers, I suppose, but little check marks on his motivations or interests or whatever have you, that will suck. Second man, Kelly Jones, transfer sophomore. He is a big boy, 6'4", just 5 pounds shy of 200. And it's kind of nice as well to know that this guy can kind of zoom as well. He's got 94 acceleration and 91 speed. Man is decently fast. I kind of use that word sparingly, fast, but, you know, it's all going to be fine. I can only throw 50 points at him, but everyone else is basically getting the exact same treatment, I should say. I am going to just kind of throw more points on guys that I need to throw more points on, quite like Darren John, who I just don't have topped off fully yet. And yeah, this should just kind of be fun in the end of recruiting, I believe, for the off-season. So I will see you next week. Okay, and the next week has arrived Javier Merrick from St. Pete coming to Rock Hill. It's another running back, quote-unquote, because the other one I got was an athlete that we might have added to our list at the moment. Jones, I'm just falling behind on you heavily, ain't I, son? That is honestly just kind of sad to see. Playing style, playing time, proximity to home. Ooh, maybe if I just, like, do a herd sell right now, because it's not... Herd sales are usually a quote-unquote thing of, like, just outright desperation. Though, I mean, that could be it's game time, it could be clutch, there's just too many things, I believe. It'd be time to get to work, so I'm just gonna kind of stay the course on him for now, I believe. Just kind of hope that he doesn't go over, but most likely will. David Easton. It's like the similar situation we got going on right there. Playing style is the only one I know for certain. I just got to those men too late. Shamrock Jones, Ja'Carri Brown, we're still ahead on. Darren John, we've somehow been... Okay, that's sucky, but it is what it is at the moment, I suppose. Gio Adkins, proximity to home's not exactly great. Championship contender and athletic facilities are also not great, so it's basically just the same thing with him going 50 points, and they're scheduling a visit for whatever reason. I mean, yeah, it certainly does help, I suppose. So if we just go like proximity to home with them, with the family visit, I probably should have scheduled that a bit sooner, I feel. If anything. No, I mean, it was still week 3, so it's going to be fine. Aviles Madden, we're going to hopefully be okay on. If I just kind of schedule bullcrap visits for a lot of these guys, then it'll be okay. Family visit for Darren John. Only technically have one more visit left in us. Not going to spend that on Ja'Carri Brown. I will probably spend it on Easton, I believe. Playing style... Gotta have something for that. We don't have something for that. We do. It's the 10 practice. I'm a dum-dum. That's certainly fine. We can take points away from presumably just the punter here. I mean, we don't really have any real competition for Lamar Aviles, and then just throw all of those points. Schedule visit, buddy. Playing style proximity to home at 10 practice. Hopefully an easy 3 points, 3 ticks for him next week, which shall be coming up right now. Okay, still behind on Kelly Jones, we're ahead on Shymack Jones, a lot of Joneses apparently. Ja'Carri Brown we are also ahead on, so that is good to note, but how far behind are we? And some of these guys I would certainly like to know. I honestly don't even think that freaking helped at all with his week 3 visit, but I mean, you certainly got to make an attempt. David Easton, that visit actually helped a lot, so we might have a shot at getting him, and proximity to home is just kind of stinks. Is indeed one of his little motivations, so that's not great. Shamrock Jones, we should be getting very, very soon. Ja'Carri, oh dear lord, but thankfully, and very thankfully, all of his little uptick check marks are exactly where we want them to be. Where is the... yeah, time to get to work. 2 A pluses and 1 A minus, and then we just throw a cheeky little 10-pointer on him at the end there. So that should just be so freaking many that we get on him. That's 2 plus another 5, so that's good old 7 going his way. Darren John, we should be okay with him. Gio. Ah, goodness. I mean, that's not exactly great. Would really like to have him, but you never do quite know with how things are going to go. Madden, we should just have Benavides. We should also just kind of have at the end there, but I mean, Kelly Jones and Gio at this point are kind of like big maybes in my mind. I'm honestly hoping that Ja'Cory Brown does still want to play. Does still want to play for us. Did I even schedule a visit for him? I'm not entirely sure if I did, but I certainly will now, I guess. No clue if that absolutely helps. Why am I going over to top classes? Well, at the very least, I can kind of look at us and see where we are ranked, which is probably not too high. 53rd. I mean, for only having 12 total recruits, that is very solid, I will say. But certainly have done everything I believe we could have done in these instances to grab up these players, and now it's just kind of a big ball of hope in this final recruiting week 4 of 4. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to have hope that we will get some of these men. And just like that, Ja'Cory Brown commits, Shamek Jones commits, Juwan Madden commits, Darren John commits, the Mobiles is probably also going to commit, David Easton commits. Oof, okay, so Kelly Jones, who I was kind of just throwing a flyer at for him at the end there, he does in fact go to Old Dominion instead. So not much I can really do about that National Signing Day. So our recruiting class looks a bit something like this. Gio, we didn't even get a thing on Gio, so that kind of shows you how that works out for him. I have no clue where he committed, but it doesn't really matter. As we're getting 18 new fresh recruits, mostly highlighted by Jermaine Nord, Demetrius Aragon, and Malik Gaudet. Considering the fact that I did not get a 4-star recruit last season, I am basically just doing a good old, hey, let's just transfer that over to this season. Don't be mad at me. Granted, I make the rules, so if you are, I don't really care enough. But, yeah. So, National Signing Day, position changes are coming up next, and I will tell you all about them after this cut. Okay, and we're back. That's a nice little smash cut for you. So, here's what I have done. Ellis Berry, he was in fact right on, moving on over to left end. Chris Rogers going to stay at right outside linebacker. Kind of thought for half of a second maybe to move him over to middle linebacker because we wouldn't exactly had a solid middle linebacker there. We would have been rocking with Greenwood Jr., who isn't bad per se, but a 69 overall plus what I assume is going to be like maybe 3 or 4 in terms of training is not great. That's why we're moving Jordan Underwood into a good old middle linebacker spot. Don't know why I emphasized that a lot, but I decided to. Moving over Aiden Kramer from right tackle to left tackle, he'll suit us much better. On this side of the football, we're going to have Tariq Williams backing him up depending on how training decides to go. Moved good old Shaquille Claiborne back to halfback to running back because he was 44 overall, despite, I believe, last year saying he was going to be higher at that position, so that's fine. Gaudet, athlete, moving over to halfback, so it's going to be just a backfield presumably led by him, Grant, and I think I'm going to probably redshirt Merrick this upcoming season, so Purdy and Strickland might be getting the football more often. Strickland was a 77, but he's just kind of fallen to the wayside here now after that big injury, so that certainly does kind of suck. Juwan Madden, athlete, moving him over to the quarterback position here. That was most likely going to be his full-on ideal anyway. He has a ton of abilities, right? The Magician, Option King, Off-Platform, Road Dog, and Field General. The man is super fast, but I'm sticking with Schlotman for this instant at quarterback. Going to redshirt him this upcoming season. That way, I believe he'll be a redshirt junior come the year that Schlamann is finally away. But yeah, that is all I really believe for the big changes. I'm just going over anything because I did spend a lot of time. And, yeah, I do believe that that is going to be all of the, like, major, huge changes going on right there. So, yeah, that'll be our upcoming roster. And I'll tell you about it next episode. Training results. Okay, what we got here, E. Berry going up to an 82, Couchmeth 82, Milkmoon 81, Peaks 80, CJ finally going to get the respect he deserves at wide out position. He's certainly going to help McCrary, I can't speak. That's fine. Rogers, he's going up to 79, Rogers 78, Peacock 78, good old George and Lincoln. I would really like to find out how much your kick power has improved. That would certainly help. This is a very inefficient way to do it, but come on, buddy, where is it? 84, 84. You know what? We will certainly take that. Schlattman has stayed the same. Yeah, it's stayed the same. Okay, that is not exactly what you want to see out of your quarterback. Grant, Strickland, Hurdy, all moving just a slight bit more, so that's fine. I don't really understand the whole entire thing with how upgrades work, but that's okay. Wide outs, everyone here enough staying decently the same. Tight ends, Henderson at a 72, now Springer at a 70. Decent tight end depth right there, so that is certainly good. Left guards, Crowder, Paulding, both 77, Marquez, Eckers, 73, Robertson, 75, Huff, 73, Teaspoon, 67, Pierce Peacock, 78, Jermaine Houston, 77. I am slowly losing my breath. Doug Perler, 76. 876, that'll be an interesting battle for that position. And Green and Elton Bundren are staying the exact same right there. I mean, how do you decide how anyone goes up? Our pass rush should be heavily elite this year. James Couch-Smith and good old Ellis Berry, each at an 82, and the guys backing them up, no slouches either, both above 76. Defensive tackles, Devin Skates out of 74, Kate Bloom 73, Samuel 69, Dean 69, Bryant also a 69. Left outside linebacker, Draymond Gates becoming a 70. Underwood, so actually, never mind. Greenwood is most likely going to be our starting middle linebacker nonetheless, because he heavily upgraded from that 69 to a 77. Good on him for proving me wrong almost instantly after I kind of badmouthed the dude. We're gonna back him up as well, so that is nice. Rogers 78, which he might still come off the edge heavily. I mean, that 96 speed, 93 acceleration. Dude is an absolute speed freak at right outside linebacker. Corners, Malik Moon 81, Stuball 76, Glenn 76, Eller 75, Hall 71, free safeties, Roderick Reese, McPherson 72, 72, 75 respectfully. Strong safeties, Ben Laney not upgrading a whole lot for what he did last year. That's kind of weird in my mind, but that is certainly okay. Quincy Blue 70, David Napolitano getting up to a 66. Kicker, I already showed him 78, 84, 84 kick power and accuracy. Punter, obviously no upgrades there because we just got him. So, yeah, nice bit of training results right there. And I shall see you guys in the next episode.